And we are live. Happy Wednesday. Yeah, it's Wednesday. Sorry, guys. Hello, guys. And it is your Pacific Islanders again, digital business owners, with you here tonight again to come and bring you another episode. Today with a new topic on our episode 13. But before we do that, we're just gonna introduce ourselves so we can get some of you are probably new to all our pages. You get to know who are you watching. And if you're out there and you're listening to us, we'll be very grateful. You can tell us where you're watching this live from and just ask your questions out there. We don't mind answering them. Now, I'll start off. My name is Shiro. I am a Kenyan by heart, an Australian by choice, but currently coming live from the beautiful Pacific of Papua New Guinea. And I am a mom to three girls, and I am a job quitter thanks to my digital business. And I have been doing this for a few months. I am now doing it full time as I take care of my family and as I enjoy doing what I enjoy doing most of my hobbies. And it's good to be here and to do this live again. Over to you, Sid Dalsy.
Hello, good night. Bueno marum, everyone. Thank you again. My name is Dulcie. I am a mom of four. I've been in this business for a little over 3 years now. I found this business opportunity when I was a full-time stay-at-home mom. So I have now transitioned back into corporate. It's been a year for me. I absolutely love the balance that this business keeps continues to provide. I can focus on my job, on my business, and at the same time be present for my kids. I'm so happy and excited to be here with you all. Thank you. Over to you, Sis Serena. Serena.
Thank you, Dalcy Mula, everyone. My name is Seriana. I'm originally from Fiji, but now lives in Darwin, Australia. I am a mother, a grandmother, and a proud digital business owner. Thank you. Sis Veronica.
Thank you, sis. Good night, everyone. From my hand, greetings to you all. I'm originally from Papua New Guinea. My name is Veronica, and I'm now residing or living here in Adelaide, South Australia, with my family. I'm a mom of three boys, a full-time stay-at-home mom, an online business owner, and a mentor. Thank you. Over to you, Sis Jill.
All right. Thank you, sis. Hello, everybody. My name is Jel. I am a mom of two. I'm a wife to an OFW. We're based here in Papua New Guinea. I have over a decade of experience in corporate HR and executive recruitment, and also a proud digital business owner. Sis Pao?
Thank you, Bulavanaka, everybody. I'm Belle. I'm originally from Fiji, and I reside here in Auckland, New Zealand. I'm a wife, I'm a mother, I'm a grandmother, and I'm a proud digital business owner. Thank you. Over to you, William.
Bulavanaka, my name is William. I live here in Fiji with my parents and my siblings. I am 27, finished off from university about a year and a half ago. I'm working in finance admin. I've been in there for just over a year. I'm also a musician, a skateboarder, and a digital business owner running it alongside my full-time job. Banaka.
Thank you, everyone. As you've heard, our viewers, we're happy to have you here. We're all from different countries, either living in the Pacific Islands or we are from the Pacific Islands. And we're always grateful to share whatever we've learned or what we are still learning in this digital business. And today we're talking about, can I do this while working full time? Now, that's a very good question because that applies to me. When I started this business, it took me 4 years to start because it took me 4 years of procrastinating and thinking if I need to do it or what. But finally, when I decided to do it, I was a full-time employee. I had just relocated from Kenya to Australia, and then I was just looking for a job, and I found a job. But at the same time, the shock of transitioning from Kenya to Australia and the way bills are paid in Australia to what I'm used to in Kenya was totally different. And of course, you have when we decided to start a family, you will have other bills that are going to come as when you start having kids. You have to think about the future, saving for their future, saving for their university and all that. So I started this business when I was working full-time in the corporate world. I was working as a sales admin assistant, and at the same time moved on to business support. And I thought I was crazy, but I knew what I wanted. My why was very big. My why was my children, my family, and also myself. Because the moment you start taking maternity leave, there is a time I was taking a year maternity leave, and there was some months that I was going to be on unpaid leave. There's no way you're going to pay full-time maternity leave. So that means you're on maternity leave without pay from your job. And so, of course, you need more money and you need to keep saving. That means when I was on that unpaid leave, I also didn't have my retirement fund being funded by my employer. So I started it while still working full-time, meaning that I did not have, I would have probably used an excuse of saying, I don't have time to do this. I am a full-time mom. I'm a full-time employee. But you know what, guys? I did this business. In the morning, I decided to be taking public transport to work. I didn't want to drive, so I decided to take public transport. And the best thing about our business is that you have it on the palm of your hand. The training was all there. So whenever I was on the bus, I could be able to do the training. Whenever I was on lunch break, I could be able to do the training. And when I came home and everything was done, had dinner, the girls were settled, and I was settled, then I took 1 or 2 hours to do my business. But then the thing that made me do that, even if when I was tired, is because I knew that I was working for a better tomorrow. I knew that I needed a future, that I needed to build myself. And there was no way, if I kept on building another person's dream, when was I going to ever build mine? So that is why I decided, even if I'm a full-time employee, I was going to work on that job, but use it to fund my side hustle, because I started it as a side hustle. And I decided to use my 9 to 5 to fund my 5 to 9. Right now, I'm working on my 5 to 9 because I'm no longer employed. I'm no longer reporting to anyone. I call the shots. I call my hours. I do them. I do the work as I feel like. Right now, my husband has the kids, gone to bed, and now I'm here doing this live. But we as we tell many people, we don't tell you to leave your job to do this business unless you want to, because everyone has a choice. But you can use your 9 to 5. You just need those pockets of time. A lot of time we are binging Netflix. We are binging Prime, watching a lot of that. You can use those few hours to actually build your empire. It doesn't need a lot because we all have a tailored system that has been proven and that has been tested. You just need to follow the blueprint. So yes, even if you're working full-time, you can run this business because the way the training and the way our system has been set up, it is for it to work to your advantage even when you're not physically present there. So no excuse, come along. And up to you, Sister Elsie.
Well, thank you so much, sis, for sharing your insights on this topic. So I think this is such a very important Go Live conversation that we're having, especially for many of us here in the Pacific who are balancing family, work, and the desire to build something full on the side. So from my own experience, this topic is actually very close to me because I've lived both sides of it. So a few years ago, I was a full-time stay-at-home mom for about 3 years. So my focus was fully on my 4 children and our home. So during that time, I started building this digital business from home. So learning how to work around nap times, school routines with my kids, and the late nights. So it wasn't easy, but it was flexible enough to fit into my life at that time as a busy mom. But before that, I came from over a decade in the insurance industry as an underwriter. So I've always valued structure and discipline, stability. So that background sort of shaped how I approached everything when I came into this digital business. And today I've transitioned I've gone back into the workforce, and I've and I've been there in the workforce for almost a year now. So I'm currently living what many people are asking about, or have in mind with this topic, working full time while still balancing something on the side. So to answer the question directly, honestly, no, you don't need to quit your job to start this business. What I've personally experienced is that this kind of business works best. This is me when it is built in small, consistent pockets of time. Right. So for me, my main window is usually between. I try to be disciplined with my time, 8 p.m. to around 11 p.m. at night. That's when my house is quiet, my kids are asleep, and I can actually focus on my business. Sometimes I go a little over that time, but I try to be intentional with that window. During that time, I focus on what I call activities that help to grow my business. So, in simple terms, that means things like connecting with new people online, helping them to register onto the website, following up with conversations, learning from the training materials, and sharing helpful contents that allows others to understand what I do. And it's not about doing everything all at once. It's about doing a few focused things consistently in the small pockets of time. So what I've learned is that balance is possible. Honestly, it is possible, but it requires structure with with honesty to your time. So there were nights I felt tired after work, but I reminded myself I wasn't building in big blocks of time. I was building in small steps that compound over time. So one of the biggest misconception I had in the beginning was thinking I needed large amount of time to make progress, right? But in reality, even 30 minutes to an hour of focused effort can actually make a lot of difference when it's done consistently. So, for example, I get picked up at 6:45 in the morning. And then, there's other stuff that needs to be picked up before we go into the office 7:45. So that 30 minutes in the work bus, instead of chit-chatting aimlessly with other colleagues, I use that time to, get onto my phone, as what Shiro has mentioned, it's all in your hands, in the palm of your hands. I get onto my phone and I see what I can do, respond to queries, assist someone getting on the website, it's just being focused and intentional with whatever time I have. And honestly, I want to be quite frank here. There are seasons where it feels really stretched. Work, family, and personal goals can all compete for your attention. But what kept me going was knowing I wasn't trying to replace my income overnight. I was simply building another layer of stability for my family's future. So that shift in mindset made everything easier for me. So when I hear this question, can I do this while working full time? My answer is absolutely yes. But it requires patience, consistency, and obviously using the time that you already have, not waiting for perfect conditions. So, to anyone listening who is currently working full time and wondering if this is possible for you, even possible for you, I would say start small. Learn as you go. Don't pressure yourself to have everything figured out immediately. And most importantly, give yourself permission to build at your own pace, because if we can do it, so can you. Thank you so much. Over to you, Sis Seriana.
Thank you, Sis Dulcie. For me, I think all of us in this community, when we first started, we were all working full time. Some work part time, but when we started, and then slowly, some of the community members they quit their job. But with this business here, you don't need to quit. You can still run your own online business, and you can still work full time. I used to work 6 days in a week, but now I'm only doing 3 days in a week. The most powerful part about this business is flexibility. It works around your own schedule. If you stay home or you have a full time job, you can still do this business. And it's doable as well. It's portable. You can take it anywhere with you. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. As long as you have a phone, laptop, or and good Wi-Fi connection, you can still do this business. And the best part I like about this business is uh, the flexibility we have in this business. it doesn't it works around your own schedules every day. You just need to be consistent and no stress at all. You can still run your own online business. I think that's for me tonight. Thank you, Sis Veronica.
Thank you, sis, and thank you to all the others who have already said. Yeah. Coming back to that question, okay, as for me, I'm a full-time stay-at-home mom. So just like Sister Serena had mentioned, one of the benefits of this business that we always say to our, our followers or people who are interested in the business, we talk about the flexibility. So really, this is a flexible business that it does fit around your busy schedule, even if you're a full-time stay-at-home mom or even a full-time working professional parents. It is a job. Even being a full-time mom, it is a job, and it takes a lot of time and effort. As a mom, you got to manage the house. So it is a full-time job as well. So as for me, yes, when I came to do this business, because it's one of the benefits, right? So, and in order, really the thing that I've discovered, as we all mentioned, time. The time factor is very important, right? In everything that we do. So in order to make this business work was the big thing that I've seen is the time management. Okay. Even though you're working or even you're a full-time mom, you got to manage the time that you have for other activities around you. Like we juggle activities like full-time moms at home, and even full-time working parents. So it comes back to our time management, how we manage time. So in this business, one of the very thing that I've learned and I've been practicing is in the training is you can pre-schedule your activities in the business. So for instance, we do like in our business pages, because we are not doing any selling here, we just inspire, educate, and motivate, people out there. Okay. So you can always pre-schedule your post, whether you're running an advertisement, because the good thing is it's on automation. So within the little time space, like what you've heard from others already, the office is in your pocket, in your pillow, in your bag, you're carrying your phone is your office. Everywhere you go, it's mobile, right? So that's a good thing about it. So as a full-time mom, I know like us in the Pacific, mothers, we don't sit around. You go, you do your, sales, or maybe you're doing sewing, you do all these little things while the kids are in school. And maybe you're thinking, oh, will I have time for this business? Because I'm a busy mom, I do this after school and, I won't have time for this, but you can. As for me, like I'm a full-time stay-at-home mom. I was thinking the same, but because of the training in the system, everything is in there for us already. So you can always pre-schedule your, your post, your whatever in the business. So you can go do whatever you want to, so long as you manage your time wisely. And like I spend 2 or 3 hours a day just to plug into the system already been made for me, the training. So I go in there, get whatever I need to, and learn from there. I apply it into my business, and because it's automated, and I can, pre-schedule all my posts. I can, have time to do my, videos or prepare for my advertisements and all this kind of, other activities in a business. So that's what I do. Sometimes, it's not that I'm always home. I do other things as well. While my 2 little ones are in school, sometimes I do part-time job as well. I do that when I have time, I go for it because I know my business is on automation and I pre-schedule all my posts or whatever, I know it's going to work automatically. So I go for what I have to do as a mom as well. So it is very flexible, and that's the good part about this business because it's all about time. You commit to your time. Maybe you're working parent during your lunch hour, like all the other sis who are working now, they're saying this. During your lunch hour, that 1 hour or 30 minutes, it's big time. If you can manage that well, you will be successful in this business because, everything is there for you. So, you can answer or reply to your inquiries or, all this checkup in your business, what's going on. So you can make that little time, available for your business and keep going. Like everyone said, consistency is the key. So whether you're going slow, you're going fast, or others going, we're all different. We come in our own pace and our own time and how we run our business. But you keep going, you'll see results. And that's what I've been seeing. Though I've been slow because I'm a full-time mom, but I don't give up because it's a very good system. It's very flexible that works around my busy schedule as a full-time mom as well. So if you're a full-time mom out there, Pacific Islander moms, I know you're busy moms out there in your own time, but if you're thinking about, doing something as a job security for those who are working as well, and all of us, we don't know when we're going to lose our jobs, right? So at least create something that is very flexible like this business alongside your full-time job. And, just keep going and keep doing it. And gradually, when you grow in the business, there's a lot of job quitters in this business. They've been working full-time, they're full-time stay-at-home moms, but they keep going. And once you get up there, you can decide for yourself whether to quit the job like what Sister Sari has done. So, yeah, thank you. It's all from me now. So thank you all for listening. And to you, Sis Jill. Thank you.
All right. Very well said, Sis Veronica. Right. So I'm actually same as with other ladies here. I started the business while working full time. Right. And at that time, I was working in corporate HR and executive recruitment. I was also looking after our toddler. And at the same time, I was helping manage our traditional business. So my plate was already full. I don't know why I was thinking of another thing to add, but I really wanted to have something of my own, something that I could, that could also give me income while allowing me to be more present for my family in the future, right? Because during that time, we were already planning to move with my husband in Papua New Guinea. So I knew that once we move, I didn't want to completely stop earning. I still wanted to contribute financially while also being hands on to our daughter. So I decided to start this business while still employed full time. And then I'm so grateful I did because, true enough, this business has eventually reunited our family together in Papua New Guinea. And it allowed me to stay home with my daughter while running a profitable business from home and also earning even more than my corporate job salary. And eventually, I was able to leave my well paying corporate career because this business gave me the flexibility and income that I was praying for. So, whenever I know some of our audience would ask, like, do I need to quit my job to do this business? Because I know you've been, seeing a lot of business owners saying that we've already, quit our job, we've left our corporate job because this business has been giving us good income already and flexibility. No, you don't have to quit your job. It's really optional, right? If you feel like you can do both well, then go ahead. In fact, I actually think that it's good to build this business while you're still working, right? Because there's less pressure. You still have a stable income while slowly learning and building your business on the side. And of course, this is a real business. You still need to put effort into this business. You still need to make time for it, right? So for me, those busy days, I would wake up early in the morning just to do my training because I really don't know where I would squeeze in the business time. And I wanted to make sure that I have I can focus on doing it. So I would wake up early in the morning. That's when I do my training. Sometimes maybe 30 minutes or just 1 hour a day. It's actually enough for me to slowly build our business and understand what we need to do in the business and how to use the system. And then over time, because I kept showing up consistently, I became faster and more confident with my business tasks. And what's interesting is, even now that I'm already doing this business full time, I'm still not sitting in front of my laptop for the whole 8 hours a day. No, most days I can run the business in around maybe 3 to 4 hours while still being present for my family. And that's what I really love about this business. It gives you flexibility, it allows you to grow at your own pace, and it gives ordinary working people like us opportunity to build something meaningful without sacrificing our family stability, right? So if you're interested to learn more about this business opportunity, just reach out to any of us so we can guide you through the steps. Sis Val?
Thank you, Sis Jal. Yes, for me, it was the same. I was still, still working full time. I was working full time when this opportunity came up. And what spoke to me, it's one of the perks, was that you can, it's flexible. You can just do it, start in the pockets of your time. That sold that business, this online business to me. Because just like Sister Jill said, I was already busy. I didn't think that I was going to do any, fit in something else. I was running, working full time and running an offline business as well. And and I saw this business. I said, oh, this is a good opportunity. I'm getting myself ready for retirement. I'm reaching my, at the age of 60, and I should start learning something, finding something that is going to be mine. I want something that that is going to be something that I can, work on every single day. Although our offline business is slightly different. This, I just want to, I enjoy the thought of working online. So here I am a few years later. I'm still enjoying this. There's still a lot of growth in me. I still need a lot to learn. So I'm just saying this to all the, on the other side of the spectrum, okay? If you're 50 or you're 60 or 70, there is room here for everybody. If I can do it, anyone can do it. You still can earn a decent income in here. It's an income that not only, will bless you, it also bless your family, will bless your grandchildren. What I love, because I still want to, I want my grandchildren, although I'm not saying them, but my children don't want I'm passing this over to my grandchildren, because my children, they have their own lives. They don't want to show their faces on the like this. Okay, that's fine. I'll pass it on to our grandchildren. So this is what I love about this business. And it's just really up with the alley. They love being on the, not that they don't do, but it's something new. It's something easy to do. Like if you've been watching us, you hear the other ladies have said, you don't have to be, stuck on, on the screen for 8 hours. It's only a few hours a day of your time, and it can produce huge outcome, in running this business. So it's about working smarter, not harder, especially with, if you're bringing up young moms, young dads. This is perfect. I wish if this kind of opportunity was available back then when my children were young. It is fantastic. It's just really a smart way. That's all I can say, a smart way of earning extra income. You can start small. You can start where you are. You don't have to be perfect. Just start as where you are. As long as your mindset, you're ready to start the business, be ready to embrace the training, because this is something new. It is a legitimate business. So there is a lot of learning. just like any other jobs when you start, or any other, any other maybe learning thing that you have to do. So you just got to apply yourself. And I can tell you, we can vouch, this is why we come and share what we know, what we have experienced in this business. There is growth, there is huge opportunity. There's huge, options here for everybody, regardless of where you reside in the world. You can tap into this business. So this is, I'm going to be short. This is just all because everything other ladies have shared, I can relate to that as well. All I'm just encouraging for everyone who are over reaching 50s or over 60s or 70s or even 80s plus, there's room for everybody here. As long as you're able to watch the video, but it's learning. As long as you embrace learning, there's room for you. Come in, just sign up to our websites, and we'll see you in the inside. Thank you. That is for me. Over to you, William.
Thank you very much. Thank you everyone for sharing your takes on whether we're able to do this full time. I think this topic it's super relevant to like the situation that I'm in. So I've just started working, and I have the energy to be able to do multiple things, and I think that it's probably like the energy that we have when we are young. It's um it's not as optimized, and I think that all of us were able to use our time better, even myself included. So that's also another reason why I decided to start this business, because I really wanted to try and make the most of like this energy that I have in my 20s. Like I'm working full time. I'm a musician in a band, or well, in bands, and I also skate. And I I came across this quote. It was shown to me by my brother. It was Alex Hormone, but he said, regardless of what you choose as your career path, it will always be difficult, regardless of what it is. So choose
Yeah.
one that pays well. So I thought, oh, that's very good. It's really really good. So yes, I thought that while I have the energy, I'm still young, I can do this working full time. And I did not always think like this. Um, before, like especially before I started in the business, and even in like the early months, like I was wondering, man, how am I juggle all of this? How am I gonna do all of this? I have so many commitments in different places, and as I went along, as I went to the training, as connected with all these other business partners all over the world, here in the Pacific as well, uh, I realized that if you are just willing to find a way to make it work, you'll make it work. You'll make it work if you're willing, and it all comes down to, as earlier mentioned, your mindset. Right? So if you're willing to make it work, find a way to make it work, jump over the wall, like find a way around the obstacle, you'll be able to do this working full time. And yes, I'm doing that for I think over a year and a few months. And one thing that I'm grateful for is the online community. And yes, it's very supportive. I met some of them in person. It's Gel and Zimbabwe as well. So it really it's really to have a supportive community, especially when you have your own life going on. You have your own challenges, your own things that you have to show up to, and then have this business that is working in the background. but you also have to find the time to put in the work. Yeah, I mean, it's not a, it's a real business, so there's work to be done, and that's so. If you're working full time and you've been wondering, oh, I can do this. Like, am I able to do this, or like, I have my own family and I'm working full time, and you have all these commitments. If you're wondering whether you can do this while working full time, you can. You can, absolutely can. Many of us, I think, the vast majority of us, we start while working full time, and that's where I'm at the moment. So if I can do it, you can do it. You can do it too. And yes, if you have all of our links here. So if you have any questions, any queries, feel free to reach out to any of us. We'll be more than happy to help you get started, and what are the steps in the whole process, starting your own online business. And yes, so that's it for this episode. We hope you enjoyed it. We will be here same time in 2 weeks. So hope to see you then. Thank you very much and have a good night.